Definitely creates a different mindset of you having to approach each day the way it's supposed to be approached. But at the end of the day, man, if everybody does their job, we'll be where we want to be.
Another question about the linebacker group. I mean, without there being that so-called standout like Roquan that everybody talks about, I mean, what type of goals do y'all have as a linebacker group, and then in terms of what y'all have planned to do down there?
Same goals we always had. They don't change because of a guy, because of there isn't a guy. The goals never change. The standard never change, no matter who's here. So.
Did you bother watching any football on TV last weekend during the off week? We just kind of chill out.
Of course, I watched a lot of games.
Did you? Okay,
yeah,
I watched if you tried to.
I do. It's weird though, man. Like it's weird though. That Friday and that Saturday, like the change in schedules, not having nothing to do. Like I didn't know what to do. Like it was weird. I don't like that change in my schedule.
So you didn't sit there wishing, man, I wish it was us out there playing today. I mean,
I did actually. Like just because it didn't feel right. Like it. I mean, I know we probably needed rest, and it was great seeing family and everything like that, but it was just, you know what I'm saying, weird being out of the routine.
When was the last time prior to the LSU game that Georgia got out physical? Because I didn't think it happened in the national title game. I don't think that was the issue there. Would it have been the Auburn game last year, or was there another occasion you can think of?
I'll probably say it dates back to that Auburn game. At their place. That's probably the last time I can recall.
What enabled you guys to bounce back from that? What did you find? What happened that week? And how similar is this? I mean, you're a team leader. I mean, is that something you draw from and say, hey, we've been here before?
Definitely. Just like I said before, it's about how you respond. And the guys, the leaders, did a great job of coming out and, excuse me, making sure practice was really intense, making sure guys knew the importance that every game, you know what I'm saying, it's the last possible time you'll be able to play college football again. For seniors and guys, like, you never know what can happen tomorrow, or you never know what can happen the day after that. So it's just like a switch flips when you get in that position.
They use multiple running backs just like you guys do. Can you kind of give me a little bit of a scouting report on their top three guys, if you study film, what you know about them in terms of the differences?
Yes, I know they have the top three, Scarlett Piron and 27, not really sure what his name is, but all of those guys, we know they're averaging at least 5 yards a carry, five or more yards a carry on certain runs, and we know those guys run physical, but it's the SEC, everybody runs physical. Everybody has good running backs. Everybody has multiple guys that can play. So we just have to tackle big and be physical. Like I said, the front seven is what it's going to come down to.
How much, it's hard not to notice that 99 is playing a lot more right now. How different is Jordan Davis now than the player you saw back in early August, and even going into September?
Right. It just shows you the development of this program. Like I said, it doesn't matter where you start. It's all about where you finish. Jordan was a guy that did a lot of scout periods for us and kind of came over a couple periods, and he got better and better and better. And going against that first team offense, man, it just kept improving him. And he came back to our field. We was like, whoa, he runs every day after practice. He gets extra conditioning in, so he's working his tail off. He's working his butt off.
I didn't look it up, but how many Georgia-Florida games have you played in?
This will actually just be my second.
Your second?
This will just be my second.
Okay. What did you miss not playing? I don't remember if those were suspensions or injuries or whatever, but and what's it like to, this is I guess your last one, and the thoughts of playing in this big game.
Right. So of course it just means that much more. Just because it's my last time, every day Coach Shue comes and tell me whether it's on the side or whether it's in front of somebody, you'll never play Florida again in your life. Make the most of it.
How much of this is, and I don't know, maybe this is hokey, but is there a state pride element? You guys got 93 guys on your roster from the state of Georgia, and there's a lot of Florida guys. And back in the day, Georgia and Florida used to talk about high school football and whose was better. Does it come down back to that element? Because this just seems like such a chippy, harsh rivalry between these.
I mean, man, it dates back, man. It's probably like one of the oldest growing rivalries now. Georgia-Florida, it dates back, and it's a big game. It's an important game, and it's just kind of something that we just learned to feel growing up. When coming in my freshman year with guys like this and guys And guys, all those veterans, man, we don't like Florida. Period. That's what you came in knowing, and that's how you approached it.
Is it like that with high? I mean, Florida's kind of got a rep for maybe talking a little bit. Does that go all the way back to high school? Are they just a different cut of high school players than the Georgia guys? Because the Georgia guys all say they don't really like to talk, and the Florida guys seem to really enjoy that element.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know about the talking business, but I know them Georgia boys let them pads speak for them. But it does dates back. It was always. I remember going to camps and things like that and being in competition with a couple Florida guys. But I mean, it was nothing too serious. It's all the love of the competition.
Do you guys verbalize and embrace, this is 9 versus 7, and this is for the SEC East and the divisional implications, or is that even discussed, in the locker room or from the coaches?
No, I don't think none of our guys really get into the hype of the game or get into, the outside. I feel like that's distractions, honestly. We just focus on the task at hand, man. Try to come in, get as much tape as you can. Come in and know your opponent better than they know themselves. So that's what our goal is, and we try not to be distracted by outside sources.
You guys faced Dan Mullen's offense last year, Mississippi State, same concepts, especially short throws, RPOs, a lot of stuff. What's the key in stopping this kind of a defense?
Personally,
this kind of an offense?
I feel like physicality. I feel like this is a team that's going to try to run the ball. How you doing, Mike B? I feel like this is a team that's going to try to, overpower you, outstrength you, and outman you, and that's just something that the defense can't go for, can't be up for. So I just feel like it's going to come from us.
They don't go deep too much. Does that put a little bit more on short passing game and clogging those lanes and making sure that you're not giving up those shorter passes that can turn into longer passes?
Definitely.
Two more questions?
How so? How do you balance that? Like, because those RPOs and everything, it turns from run to pass pretty quickly.
Right. I just feel like at the end of the day, guys got a assignment, and it comes down to doing their assignment. DBs cover, linebackers tackle, defensive line keep linemen off linebackers. It's just simple. It comes down to the game of football. It comes down to reading your keys and being where you're supposed to be at the end of the day.
You have a question? Thoughts on, I guess I'll just ask you about the Florida-Georgia game that you played in. What was your memory from it? What's your takeaway?
The Florida game that I took place in, we did not win. So that's the last taste I got in my mouth. I got a bad taste in my mouth the last time I played Florida. So obviously, I still got that in the back of my mind. That's still something that I remember, that just the feeling that I've had. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's the next game.
What year was that?
That was my sophomore year.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.